Why are you here for?
As a protest, vaccine passport. I don't live in that kind of country.
What are you here for today on this protest?
Because things have gotten out of control and we need to show that
What's the issue with vaccine passports?
for me, purely consent and just the dictatorship factor behind it. So.
Do you feel like it's coercing people to get a vaccine that they might not want otherwise?
Yeah, for sure. And for some people, they can't due to allergies or whatever else. So there's a lot of complex things behind it, really.
Do you think there's issues with trusting Big Pharma and these sort of organisations who are pushing you to have the vaccine?
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely money motivated. I've had experience with that myself.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I think we've seen time and time again these companies and the scandals that they're involved in. It's cheaper for them to pay a load of compensation than it is for them to get it right in the first place, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So it's definitely good to be sceptical, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pro-choice. I think if you want to have a vaccine, then you should have a vaccine. For some people, it's the right decision to make, but for many of us, it's not in our interest to have it out there. And I think by these mandates, it's making it so if you don't, then you can't really be a full citizen. You can't go work. You can't hang out with your friends, you know. Just to get an idea. Oh right, nice one. Hi everyone, this is the national flag of Bangladesh because we just wanted to say that this is obviously a global coup d'etat and it could not be more obvious to tell you the truth. So well done Katie for filming us and stand with us. They're coming for you too. What is your issue with vaccine passports? That's what we're here today for, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's not freedom, is it? That's not freedom.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's coercing people into taking a vaccine that might not be in their best interest?
People are being held ransom with these vaccines. You know, they thought they'd get double vaccinated, they could travel. Now they have to have a booster. If they don't have a booster, they still can't travel. So they're being held to ransom.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
With ivermectin and everything, they've really solved the problem. Anyway.
I mean, it's very authoritarian in Bangladesh.
But
Ivermectin,
they've actually given early treatments to people.
Listen to what this man is saying.
Just saying, Bangladesh, as far as I know, has done the really right thing with the health service in Bangladesh. They've provided the citizens with ivermectin and other early treatments, like a couple of states in India have done as well. So they're way better than this stupid country.
So why don't we have those early treatments? Why don't we have those early treatments? What about prevention? Like, there's so many issues with this. I could go on, but anyway, well done for filming it. Thank you. Yeah, well, what do you think about the reluctance of some feminists to speak out and to talk about this issue and to see it as an anti-vax, right-wing conspiracy theory? Do you really want me to say how I feel? Honestly, I feel absolutely gutted. That's how I feel. How can feminists not see this as a patriarchal oppression? I don't understand. This is Big Pharma and the boys club of the elite taking over. So to be honest with you, it's a class thing. So why aren't women standing up for working class women, care home workers? There are so many issues here. Of course it's feminist. So why women aren't speaking up? I don't know. I feel so upset. But well done to everyone, because actually bit by bit, thanks to women like Katie peaking everyone, I think there's a bit of a shift. Yeah, so, I think the past few weeks, since they talked about the boosters and people realising that this is just going to go on forever, and they've complied, but they've just lost more rights, and now they're like, for this, like, this is how we live now, and they're like, yep, this is how you live, and everyone's like, I don't like it. How many are we supposed to take? How many are you're gonna take the new one, the fourth one that they're creating? Are you really gonna take that? Yeah. So I think many people will, sadly. They're told. Crying about that now. Let's get some more. So we're often told that this is a right-wing conspiracy full of white nationalists and people like that. I think the
mixture of the people here in the crowd today who disagree with that. It's one of the most mixed protests I've ever been to. Don't know about yourself.
Absolutely it is. All sorts here. Everyone that values their freedom.
These are some of the most diverse marches, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Louise, why are you here today?
It's bullshit. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many things. I mean, like, I don't know, there's so much information that's going on, but yeah, just too much shit doesn't add up, doesn't make sense, and I just don't trust it. And yeah, I don't know really. Yeah.
Do you see it as a feminist issue?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can look at everything with like a feminist lens. But I mean, particularly when, I mean, things that have struck home to me is like, you know, women, well, looking at this country, you know, the rates of domestic violence going up, and also more recently, like even with children, there's a lot of more, you know, having been in care and having experienced a bit of that, it really strikes a bit of a nerve, like to hear about how many children have been failed by social services because of lockdown, and how many children have died as a result.
Well, it's in the Corona Act. I'm not sure many people are aware, but they watered down child safeguarding in the Corona Act and the legal duty of councils and the authorities to these children. So this is what we're seeing now is the result of 2 years of lax regulations, which is something that all feminists should have been aware of and talking about. And it just goes to show the sort of media blackout about a lot of information and a lot of the troubles with the laws that have been passed to deal with this emergency.
And just what's going on like in other countries as well. Like I think I'm not exactly sure. I think it might be.
Then you found us.
I'm not sure of the country, but basically somewhere in Africa where about 10% of the population is vaccinated, they've basically made it mandatory that to go to any kind of like restaurant or place like this, you know, that you need to have a vaccine. And places like there's so many different things coming in around the world that are making me increasingly suspicious, because why are there such these like draconian rules and regulations? You know what I mean? Because then, you know, like they're making indigenous people go to live together in one compound to not get COVID. It's like the perfect conditions to get COVID. And there's so many things like that. It's just so much hypocrisy. And I can't stand behind something that is riddled with hypocrisy. You know, it's all going to come back on the taxpayer. You know, I was talking to a guy on a boat, and whether he's, you know, like 20 years my senior and whatever. Really respect what he was saying. He was saying it's all about money, it's all about banks. Do you know what I mean? What they're doing is
BlackRock, Vanguard.
they're lending us all of this money for COVID. All of these businesses getting loans and blah blah blah. And it's all going to come back on the end. It's like it's a different kind of war. That's the kind of war that
It's a class war. That's what it is. It's a class war.
The middle class get to sit at home while we deliver their shit, and then they
Yeah.
tell us we can't go out and have fun.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
now the Prime Minister does the same. I don't think so.
as well, because you've got me going now.
Yeah, go on.
Look, if you're going to ask me about the feminist thing, what I really want to say is that I just don't see how we are going to protect and defend our sex-based rights when our other most fundamental rights, the right to not be injected, to bodily autonomy, the right to work,
The right to see your family at
the right to
Christmas.
see your family, exactly. How are we going to defend our sex-based rights when this is overtaking stuff?
Yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah.
at what's happening in Italy. How are women in Italy and Germany going to defend their sex-based rights? I tell you what, because if it gets worse, they're not, and that's a sad fact. So that's why I want women to speak up. We all agree with you. Of course we think sex-based rights are important. That's what we've been doing. But we also can recognise how fundamental this is at the end of the day. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Because you've got to make the links. And let me say again, this is a global coup d'etat. I don't care how so-called conspiracy that might sound to you.
But it's not a conspiracy, because it's happening everywhere in the world at the same time. If you think that the reality is a conspiracy, then
Vaccine passports were meant to be a conspiracy, and
Yeah.
now here we go. So
And
don't
remember
tell me
the-
about no conspiracy when it keeps happening.
Yeah, you know, do you remember the Wuhan lab leak? Oh yeah, apparently everyone who said that was a conspiracy nut.
How did
I'm
we
not
know?
being what's going on. And so basically, I think when the World Economic Forum are blatantly telling you what they're doing and you still don't want to do the research or work it out, it could not be more obvious. So I think one day you're going to understand us more and more, but I hope it's not going to be too late. Thank you very much. That's my rant.
She said it all. One day you'll peak, and we'll be here for you when you do.
Right, I think I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Make More Noise live stream. We might come in a little bit later, just to give you a bit of an idea about the day, the mixture of crowds, because the media like to make out like this is a fringe movement of, you know, right-wing extremists, but it's not. See that? Workers don't like this, workers supporters. Yeah! It's about class, it's about our rights to access the public sphere, and right now it's happening to working class people, but it's going to go up and up and up, and if you don't stand up for the people at the bottom, then we're not going to be here to defend you.
And if we don't stand up, it'll be your children next.
Yeah.
It's your children now, actually. It's your children now, stand up.
Yeah.